Do you know which sport is dunking all over every other sport right now? Golf. Golf is all balls in the face style, rising up and dunking ratings-wise on every other sport going on right now in America. Last week, only one event narrowly in the NBA outrated any of the 4 days of golf down the stretch of the WGC championship in Memphis. And this week, I think that the PGA is going to absolutely crush everybody else, Major League Baseball, NBA, and also the NHL playoffs. And I've got a theory for you on why that is. I don't think it's a coincidence that if you look at all the sports going on right now, the one that is performing the best, golf, is the least political, and the one that is performing the worst, the NBA, is the most political. The NBA is struggling in a big way with their audience right now. And I don't know if you guys have seen the data on this, and I'm curious, but was the NBA planning on putting new names back on the jerseys already? Or were they getting so many complaints from people who had no idea who the players were that they decided they had to go ahead and put their names back on the back of the jerseys too? I don't know the answer to that. But it seemed kind of surprising to me. The first week, it was just like education reform, peace, violent, whatever it was, like social justice warrior slogans on the jerseys with no names. And now they've added everybody's name to the bottom of the NBA jerseys. And I think by the NBA playoffs, they're going to do away with all the slogans on the jerseys completely. That's my prediction. Because I think the NBA has horribly miscalculated what American sports fans want. And people are voting in droves not to consume their product. Meanwhile, the PGA, I don't know if they do anything for social justice activism in golf. I haven't seen it. They just go out and they play golf and they do their sport. And I think the vast majority of sports fans have no interest whatsoever in social justice warriordom or politics being mixed with sports. And so right now, I could be wrong. You guys tell me. Major League Baseball seems to be back to baseball exclusively. Like, I watch the Braves now. My kids are back. My family got back from their vacation in Michigan. And last night, we watched. My 9-year-old wants to watch the Braves every night. So we have the Braves on in my house every night watching Major League Baseball. And I don't see anything remotely Major League Baseball like it seems connected to the world of politics at all. So I thought they were saying early in the season in Major League Baseball, hey, we're going to write BLM on the mound all season long. That seemed like what they said in the opening Thursday night game. And then it's just vanished. They put ads on the mound, but there's no, to I can tell, there's no politics now in baseball. The PGA, to my knowledge, never had any. I don't think the NHL hardly has any. And that leaves the NBA by itself on an island as a social justice warrior-driven league. And I think the data reflects, the data reflects that far fewer people are watching the NBA now than were watching the NBA in the regular season. And that is incredibly ominous for the NBA. Just super ominous. I mean, to put it in perspective, the NBA was on ABC, national broadcast television. What was the most recent game? Was it the Rockets against whoever the Rockets were playing? On ABC, not on ESPN, on broadcast television. And Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity, 2 Fox News shows, had over twice as many viewers on cable as an NBA game did on ABC. So we're talking about Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity rising up and dunking on the NBA over 2-1, all balls in the face style too. So if Adam Silver's being honest, if we had him on the show and we gave him truth serum, he is super nervous because the quality of the play has been really good. I watch everything, all right? So I'm not the person who's sitting around saying I'm going to boycott X and Y or whatever. Like, my job is to talk about sports, so I watch everything. I watch the NHL, even though I have no idea what's happening. I watch the NBA. I just said we watch the Braves every night in my house. And we certainly watch golf. And I'm obviously also gambling on all these sports daily on my television show. So I need to be aware of what's going on. I'm paying attention, trying to stay at least up to date on all 4 sports, even though it's almost impossible right now. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. But do you guys think, do you buy into the data telling us that the PGA, which is the least political of all sports right now, is doing the best, and the most political of all sports is doing the worst in the NBA relative to how they usually do in terms of viewership? Do you buy into that thesis, Danny G?
I would if it was the NBA playoffs going on right now, because even some of my family members who are diehard sports fans, they're not paying attention to the NBA games yet because...
What are they watching instead?
They are watching baseball and golf.
Okay.
So they're not interested, my cousin and brother, not interested in NBA until round 1 of the playoffs start.
Dub, do you buy into my theory that if you look at the ratings, that it's not a coincidence that the sport that does the least with politics is doing the best and the one that does the most with politics is doing the worst? My thesis is people are fed up with politics and they want to escape serious things in their lives. And the last thing they want to do is turn on the NBA and be lectured to by that league.
I agree. I think it's a big part of it. I think another big part of it is the fact that, and you've talked about this over the past week or so, watching golf on television right now really isn't any different than it normally is. So maybe there's some people that just like it because it seems different. But a point that you didn't make was last weekend at the WGC in Memphis, it outrated everything, and Tiger Woods wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
And usually in golf, Tiger is the ratings. He's the reason that golf gets ratings, and he wasn't even in the field. So I think that says a lot as well.
Yeah, and I asked this question of you in the opening segment. The PGA TV schedule, I'm right, is going to be very heavily slanted towards late night. And I mean the late night for golf, right? Because obviously they're not playing under the lights. But on Thursday, it ends at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, and then on Sunday, when they crown the major champion, it will be ending at 9 p.m. Eastern. So the final 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, are both on CBS. Saturday will end at 10 p.m. Eastern. Sunday will end at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we have got a golf major in prime time with Tiger Woods. In theory, obviously, CBS would be desperately hoping that Tiger is in the mix on Saturday and Sunday, potentially contending. The PGA is going to blow huge numbers through the roof for them to not only have a major going on, but also to have a major going on that will be airing in prime time at a time when there is an absolute desperation among American sports fans for entertainment.